knows what's going on too.
a certain extent.
If you want me to go with you, I can go with you knowing that there's that much left behind to protect. I mean, the knights from Greyheim are no small force. They're nothing to scoff at. Them,
Agreed.
Vanguard, are formidable.
Agreed. But if they're ignorant of what they're up against, if they just think they're going to occupy a town with no problems and maybe we're making shit up, then they're
No,
sealing their own doom.
you don't need to worry about that. I talked to him, and he's not that kind of person. He definitely wants what's best here, and he's going to listen to the people around him. He's a good man. He really cares. It's pleasant to see. Um,
Shale says as well.
well, I think yeah. All right. Tell the guard I'm gonna need more than 5 minutes to put my armor on, but yeah.
I will I I will hand Ash my letter to Lord. No, I will hang on to it. Never mind. I will leave the room so he can dress.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's gonna take me a few minutes. It's armor.
All right, Balin, there are elk knights that are at your door.
Hello.
We are here to escort you to the caravan, milady.
Who else is going?
I believe your cousin is going, milady, and maybe the priest. I don't know the rest of the details. We just were sent to get you.
Well, I want my fellow people with me. I want Larkin and Magdalene with me. Otherwise, I ain't going.
Okay. He says something to the other guy and goes, "Find these Larkin and Magdalene person. We'll get them. Would you please come this way?"
Oh, you said please. Fine.
Okay. You run into Thomas. He goes, he's also being escorted by knights as well.
Damn it, Thomas!
Balin, where are we going?
Oh.
I didn't get a chance to get my best suit if we're going to go to Greyheim.
And how many of the guard people are near me?
5.
Is it 1, 2, 5? Like, all right, look, guys, in your best interest, I highly suggest he just stay put.
Sorry.
Because I don't think.
Sorry, my lady.
Well,
Orders,
what
orders.
good?
Sir Murray said so.
All right, I tried. If you die, it's on you. All right, I just keep walking.
Hey, do you think I can be in the carriage with you?
I'm sure that it's like full.
All right. Tyros. 6 elk knights come up to you.
Can I help you guys?
We're here to escort you to the caravan, to Greyheim.
What caravan?
The one going to Greyheim.
And who are you?
Well, the Knights of the Elk, Sir Murray has asked us to escort you to the caravan without any trouble.
I think I can make my own way to the caravan if you let me know where it is. I don't know if I need to trouble you with escorting me there.
Insisted that we escort you.
I'll follow along with these guys, but I'm going to be tailing behind them and real suspicious. Like, so I'll say to them, "All right, lead the way."
Well, you're pretty much in a circle in the middle of all of them.
Oh, all right. So I'll like wait for them to lead the way.
Okay. All right. Lady Carowin, Ash, Mshali, Balin, Tyros. You are all at the caravan with Thomas, Mag, and Larkin.
Good morning.
Morning. Thomas goes to you, Mag. Carowin goes, they didn't get my best suit for Greyheim.
Tomas, I really, really wish you had joined the military. Never mind.
I have military training. It's one of my officers do. Can we get Yujiro? Because I need to look good in court.
You know, maybe he's the taped on branch of this tree.
Yep. Why don't you just where's your best horse, your hunter? Where's your hunter? Go ask James for your hunter.
My hunter? You asking Thomas?
Yeah. You know, the horse that you ride on hunts. The one that you were riding when we found you and rescued you.
The knights go, there'll be no other horses. You're taking the ones, you're going in the carriages.
I do not ride it.
Thomas goes, can you get the tailor?
I have no control over that, Tomas. Why
What are
don't you ask
about? Balin
them?
got Mags and Larkin to come. They're definitely not tailors. I don't even know who that Larkin guy is.
Tomas, shut up. Even my dog says so. I will turn to whoever appears to be in charge of the what are they? The elk.
Yep.
I wrote it over
Elk
here.
Knights.
Elk Knights. Thank you. When do you expect our departure?
10 minutes.
I am expected to give a speech in 10 minutes. And your lord knows that.
We're all together now, right?
Yeah. Except for Ian and Yujiro.
Yeah, I'd say I don't think he plans on wanting you to have that speech go off.
Last I heard, he wanted me to give that speech so that I could encourage the help and the kindness from the people of Wellshire.
Things are moving so fast, I have no idea what's going on here. But
My
What's
orders.
pulling the carriage? Are there horses pulling this carriage?
Yes.
Could I cast speak with animals and go speak with the horses?
Sure.
So I'm going to go walk over to the horses, and everybody's out of the carriage right now, right? We're all still standing around it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go run over. I'm gonna walk over to these horses and whisper to them. I need you guys to do me a favor. Just run with the carriage empty. Just go. You're free. Just run, and just take off. And I'm gonna just cut their reins and let them go.
All right. As you pull out your knife and you cut the first rein, the horse goes, "Oh, foolish little man. We are well-bred horses of Greyheim. We know more about control than apparently you do. Oh, I would look out for that, and then you are knocked to the ground as two elk knights pin you to the ground. So, all right, we're going to have to wrap this one up. And you're being now bonded.
what did he just do?
He just cut a rein to one of the carriages, as he whinnied to one of the horses.
Why?
They got
Why
these
would
horses
you do
all
that,
wrapped up.
Pyro?
I'm trying to take these horses over here. They were too tight.
Why would you do that?
I mean, look at them. It's too tight.
I'm looking at them. They look perfectly content.
I don't know. They didn't seem content.
Tyros.
You are now gagged,
Damn it,
Tyros.
Heroes.
You are now tied up. And you will be sitting in the back of the wagon, cuffed to one of the luggages. Meanwhile, Thomas has talked to one of the elk knights, and Yujiro, you are now summoned.
As that's going on, I'm going to walk to the center square.
You're not allowed to leave the caravan guards.
I walk past them.
3 of them.
I am a lady. I am a lady, and I will do as I wish. And I will walk
me a
to the
strength
center
check.
of town. Sure thing. Where is strength? Ooh, Not as
Ben,
good as I like.
is Sir Lennox anywhere around us at all?
Who?
Sir Lennox. Sir
Oh,
Murray, sorry.
Murray, sorry, no. It's just
13.
It's about it's 10 of these Elk Knights and 4 Greyheim Riders, and then your total 6 foxes, including him, Charlie.
And what time of day is it?
First thing in the morning, so you're talking like 6 in the morning.
So people are milling about and everything?
Yeah, about, yeah. Lady Carolyn, you are now grabbed, and you are now handcuffed. And 2 of them are forcing you into the carriage. Alright. I guess we're gonna have to do this the hard way. Everybody in the carriages. Who resists? That doesn't include
I
you,
do.
Charlie. You're a fox. Well, yeah, you're getting stuffed in there. 3 guys are making sure you get in there. And they're very big, strong individuals.
I don't resist when I get up. I asked one of the Elk Knights, I said, how does this get explained to the town people that Lady Carowin's not being arrested?
Above
This
my pay
currently
grade,
is like
your
an arrest.
father.
What?
It's above my pay grade.
Right. So, are we going to be able to see Sir Murray before we leave town?
Above my pay grade, sir.
Right. So, where are we going from right here? Straight to Greyheim?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right.
Okay. You, Carowin.
I am going
Galen?
as I'm being stuffed in. I'm assuming Thulsa is there as a constable, and I am going to give him a burning look. And as
He's
much as
so
he hates it,
ashamed. No, he isn't. It's my Matt. He's not ashamed. He's smiling.
is he there?
In the far distance. Not very. You know, he's watching.
How far?
We'll
how
say 200 feet.
Really? 200 feet?
Balin, are you getting into the carriage with Lady Carowin, Ash, and Thomas?
Yeah, they're not my type, so I don't want them tying me up. So I'll get in.
Okay. All right, Yuziro, you're given a carriage to yourself, more or less, with, Tyros is in the top, tied up. Do you wish to say anything?
Am I being taken somewhere to talk to somebody, or am I
You're
gonna carry myself,
you're
or what?
asked to come to the caravan. You're going to go in the caravan to Greyheim because Sir Thomas wants his tailor.
And you said I know that Tyros is up top?
You saw it. You by the time you get in here, he's tied up, gagged, like a deer on the back of the carriage. You saw Carolyn being forced by 3 guys, and they're like, it took a good 7 minutes to get her in that fucking carriage. And then Ash and Balin just kind of like bowed heads, get inside there. And Thomas looks a little panicked, but once he sees you, he feels better, and he gets in the carriage.
Can I
Alright.
see him coming over, being brought over by the
Yep.
Elk Knights?
Yep.
I look at him and say, we really could use your assistance with our tailoring when we get to Greyheim. So if it wouldn't be too much difficulty for you, could you come with us to Greyheim?
It seems like I'm needed anyway, seeing as the pointy-eared one is bound and gagged on top of the carriage.
Yeah, I don't know.
And Sir Thomas needs me, apparently. Which is fine. I'm sure he feels better when I'm around. So, I guess I'll come along. Gentlemen, could we please at least put Tyros in the carriage with everyone else?
I'm sorry, he cut the reins. So until we get on the road, that one is staying on the tied up.
Will he be
Uh,
allowed in the carriage once we're on the road?
Yes.
With
Okay.
that, because I still don't feel like waiting. I'm gonna wild shape into a weasel and just. Now I'm scurrying around the ropes and my clothing and such.
Can
go.
I?
Why wouldn't your clothing go with you? You can choose to take it with you.
But
Can I?
I'll give you a chance to save the day,
Pers-
Jeremy. Yes.
Yeah. Can I? Persuade them to not bother to look back at the pointy-eared one.
They've already seen him shape. They're all grabbing their sword hilts.
So, I promise you, he is not right in the head, and we very frequently have this problem with him. It's you can tell that he's not right in the head. He's got the pointy ears. He will
doing
not
weasel
be
things.
he will not be
I'm popping my head around
dangerous
like this.
to the party or the mission. And I promise you, he will not cut any more reins.
Get him in the carriage, or he goes in skewered.
Tyros. Oh, do I have any food on me?
Not really.
Hmm. All right. Let's see.
With that, I unwild shape back into my form, but now I'm standing there naked. I quickly
All right,
put my
Tyros.
clothes back on. And
Get in the carriage.
I get in the carriage, and I just
All right. I'm very obviously needed, Ash. So I will come along.
You're muted.
Ash looks relieved and says, "Thank you for dealing with that."
Okay. All right, they've got you all locked in. Is everyone all good to go?
Do they uncuff Carowin when
No.
they put her in?
No.
Can I use a sleight of hand to try to like subtly reach over and lockpick for her?
No, you're.
If you reach over towards her, I smack your hand.
You're in a different
Oh, good.
carriage. It's just you and Yajiro in one carriage. The
I
noble
thought there was just
family.
one carriage.
The noble family's in another.
You want me to print you some carriages?
No.
Uh,
Do you have,
No.
do you have
this
room
will
for
this
minis?
will be a brief thing. You're not going to be in the carriages for that long,
All right.
unless you make it longer. All right, are you all good to go, Mshali?
Yeah. Shelley is in the carriage with Carowin and Balin. Is that correct, or did
Okay.
was he
So-
ordered to go in a different spot?
Carowin, Balin, Thomas, and Ash are in the first carriage.
That's crowded.
Okay.
Mag, Larkin, Gijiro, and Tyros will be in carriage number 2.
Okay.
You are going to be given a horse to scout with your foxes. So,
Okay.
of the foxes, in case people have forgotten, Ishara, Britt, Liv, Eldon, and Flynn are amongst the people around the 4 Greyheim riders and 6 elk knights.
Okay. We will.
Yes.
Before the door closes, since I have a Greyheim horse, I am going to assume, since I have a relationship with this animal, that I've taken it with me when I was a mercenary, etc., that I have the ability to have a special whistle that would have called it.
Sure, but you do know it is well stabled, so.
Yep, I am fully aware, but the stable folk are also my friends, so I'm hoping that my horse will follow at some point in time.
Okay. I will let you know, because you are a bit of a traveled person. If the horse isn't actually in the caravan, it is in danger from many of the wild, crazy creatures of the land. Alanis is not a safe place to travel on the road, which is why your services are often used.
Okay.
I know this is a very painful exit.
For his part, Mshale will motion, try to capture Balin's attention as he's mounting his horse. Like he'll be going around looking like he's checking to make sure all the straps are tight, like proper PMCS on the animal's equipment. And while I'm doing that, I will give Balin some thieves' cant signals. First of all, apologizing for the abruptness of this, and
She
just
can't see you. It's all enclosed.
it's all enclosed. Okay, never mind. If she
you're on
can't
the
see me,
outside.
then no.
But I will let you know your perception is high enough. Your bard is missing. Ian was not summoned.
Dun dun dun.
It's pretty clear to me that Carolyn wanted people left behind, even though I don't agree with that particular thought process.
Yep, and you were also given Pacific orders too.
That she would notify everybody. Oh, but I was also told to get everybody.
Because you know kind of what Murray's doing. Not everybody else does. So he
Yep.
could, and you know exactly this man has been in jail twice already.
Yep. I'm gonna go to the knight who seems to be in charge and say, regrettably, one of our number is missing.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I can get them without any problem.
You got 7 minutes.
Consider it done. And I will ride immediately to Ian's house.
Okay, you're at the inn.
I'm not knocking. I'm opening the door unless it's locked in some fashion.
No.
I just open the door. Grab your things.
Ha! What?
Yep, you're naked. I get it. Grab your things.
I have
We
a
to leave.
beret on.
Jeez, raspberry parade.
I'm on nudity this week.
Yeah.
You started it.
We're going?
Well,
Where are we
welcome
going?
to Alanis. We're going to Greyheim, and there are lots of problems.
Okay, did Carolyn give her speech? I was told to help with that.
I think you need to understand what I'm saying, so listen carefully as you get what you need and we go.
Okay.
This is an order from the sovereigns of Greyheim. No one's being allowed to give a speech. No one's allowed to make any concessions. And doing so will land you in stocks as you go to Greyheim, or worse. For the sake of Lady Carowin, as many of us as possible need to be on the good side of the knights and compliant.
Okay.
If things go wrong, we will be her only hope.
Ian, please give me a wisdom roll.
Just like straight wisdom?
Wisdom skill roll. Yeah, ability roll.
Four.
Okay. When you take off, you forgot to grab your actual leather armor and your rapier.
Okay.
You did get the new hat and your loot, of course,
Okay.
but you also forgot the lantern of revealing.
Hey Ben.
Yep.
Okay.
Knowing the things he has, and my
Nobody
intent
knows
on
what I
making sure
have,
we're
sir.
prepared.
Yeah, but your armor and a rapier he'd notice.
Right. Will I notice that he will, with my passive perception and my knowledge of what he usually has and what he had on him when we were incarcerated and he was disarmed of all accoutrement, would I have the ability to notice that
I'm
he's
gonna
missing
make you
things?
do an actual wisdom roll because you have basically 3 minutes to get him moving.
All right. So is perception?
No, ability wisdom roll. So your wisdom ability score. This is more of like, oh shit, you're not taking all your stuff.
Yeah, good luck, brother. I rolled an 8.
It was very important for you to get him out the door, and you succeeded.
Yep.
All right, Ian, you are brought out. There are apparently a caravan all ready to go. There are foxes on horses. There are 4 Greyheim riders, 6 elk knights, and then these 2 covered carriages, and you're stuffed into one, which happens to be the one with Tyros, Yajiro, Mag, and Larkin.
Okay. Hi guys, where are we going?
I think we're being incarcerated because they got all the society of oath people in one carriage almost.
We're screwed. I'm back in jail.
Yeah, it's probably your fault. That's what Mag says.
Whoa.
All right.
I'm blaming Carowin until further notice.
All right. The caravan takes off. You get down the road. This is going to be about a week and a half travel, and at some point they will pretty much once you're a day away and you set up your first camp, Lady Carowin will be removed from her bonds, and we'll go from there. If you want, at any of this point, we can do a little bit of a chit chat in the group chat thing, but I want to get us to Greyheim. So if anything happened during that time you wish to reveal secrets and stuff, we can do that as a post-session, pre-session type of thing that might have happened on the journey through. Okay.
Can we get any information out of our guide? Want to know before I get there.
Osiris, Ra, Ares, Danu, Nyx, Cross, Loki, Aphrodite, Crom, Thor, Thoth, and Tyr.
All right, I couldn't type that fast. Basically, all the ones I need, though.
Pretty much. I think you have a good feeling as to which ones are probably not there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ben,
Yep.
while we're on the road, probably before we have even left the town, I will, using telepathy, since she's right there in front of me, I'm going to look Balin dead in the eye and say there are 2 letters in my pouch. One was to Murray, explaining what the fuck has been going on here, and the other is from Murray to whomever the fuck we're supposed to go see.
Want me to take it?
I don't know. If they're gone, I don't know what happened.
I mean, I could be very sly and
I don't know what happened.
All right, I want to try and steal the letters off of her pouch.
Okay. Do you want Ash to know and
Nope.
Thomas?
I want to do my trickly sleight of hand.
All right, do your sleight of hand.
27.
What's your passive, Ash?
30.
Okay, you see this. Thomas, of
I
course.
stop her. Like,
Thomas.
what are you doing?
Thomas
Damn,
is still,
son.
Well, I would like to think that Ash isn't going to just be like, hey, what are you doing over there?
he just did-
Feeling up your cousin.
Ash looks at her and goes, "Stop."
No.
Yes.
Ash,
That-
we are in over our head.
and that'll put us deeper.
And I don't want to. So,
You don't want to what?
You know what she took. You saw a letter.
Right.
Did you take both or one?
both.
Okay.
This has nothing to do with you. Back off.
Don't threaten me. We just had this discussion about being on the same page, and all of a sudden we're not on the same page.
No. We were never on the same page, as I do recall my statement saying that we will at least be in the same category.
Fair.
I
But this
also
category-
remember the statement.
This category will put you at odds with the people we're going to see. Do you want to be at odds with those
off.
people? No, I'm not going to back off. We need to actually get these people help. We don't want to piss these people off, the people we're going to. These are your lords. These are the people that you need.
I'm going to look to Carol and be like, and you wonder why Wellshire is not my home. What are you going to do?
Ash,
You're going to take it out of my hands? Because last time I checked, they belonged to Lady Carowin. And as her cousin, blood relative, kind of out-trump you.
One of those letters needs to get into the hands of the people it's going to, because it's expected to be in those hands. And if those hands,
Well, we're not there yet.
Ash,
We're in a fucking garage.
Ash. Both of those letters were supposed to go to hands outside of our own.
right,
And I'm gonna look him in the eye and use telepathy on him because I really don't want Tomas hearing all of this. Because I don't trust my little brother at this point to not be a blabbermouth. So in his head, he hears, we need to know what is in that letter. I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore. We were supposed to have certain things happen this morning, and they didn't. I was supposed to be able to talk to Murray, and I didn't.
but one of those letters is going to the Lord of Greyheim, right? I'd say this back in the head. I wouldn't say it out loud. That letter needs to get to him through your hands.
100% agree. I just want to know what's in that letter.
Well, do you have... yeah, I don't want to discuss this openly in front of Tomas either. You can't open it. You can't know because they're going to know. It's sealed.
Do I hear this part?
Nope.
No, I'm talking in her
Okay.
head.
Thomas goes.
Well, I wanted to know.
No, it's like a
are you-
one-on. I have to
Are you guys
invoke.
really mad at each other? Nobody's. Talking.
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry. Maybe I should have gone on the other carriage with Yajiro. I really want to make sure these buttons.
You know, you should talk to Yajiro. Tell him I said hi. Tell him he needs to help you with anything, and I said so.
Okay, so he leans out the window and goes, sir, I need to get in the other carriage with my tailor, and wait for my sister and cousin. They're very angry with each other. Please? And they're like, oh my fucking god, this is gonna be the worst fucking ride caravan we've ever had. Alright, so he goes, takes him, but comes in and gets Thomas out. You guys in the other carriage see Thomas get in. Ian, you are grabbed and say, alright, you, come on, because this is getting stuffed in here. And you're now stuffed in Lady Carowin's and Balin's carriage.
Who
That's
was
fine.
stuffed in with us?
Ian.
Sorry, I missed it. Ian, okay.
Ian.
Hi guys, what's up? What's happening?
If we're gonna talk out loud, I do not expect that the driver of the carriage is not listening to us. So assume we're being heard.
Right.
Not much. We're just having a friendly chat.
Oh, is that why Thomas jumped out and came over and I got dragged into this?
Well, that's why it's friendly now. He's gone.
That's true. So what happened?
Oh, you know, same old, same old. You know, friends hating each other.
Ian, what didn't happen this morning? Literally everything that was supposed to happen this morning.
It's like you're supposed to make a speech.
That's number one.
Yajiro asked me to come help you. I wasn't actually sure how. I was thinking, you know.
What do you mean, Yajiro? He doesn't trust me to write a fucking speech?
You can talk to him about that.
I am going to talk to him. I can write a fucking speech. I don't need his fucking help. Or yours.
Oops. My apologies.
I'm
my
sorry.
lady.
So
No,
I started off with the wrong foot this morning.
tensions are
and it
high.
just-
It's fine.
I'm saying that with my hands behind my back, not with my hand in the air.
while they're talking loudly, I actually lean across the carriage to speak quietly to Balin and say, "Can you reseal it?" Very quietly.
I mean, what the hell is going on here, Ian?
I very much look over and be like, duh.
And make sure it can you can tell it wasn't tampered with.
Hello, thief.
Actually, in your head, Balin is going to hear, make sure there's not a magic seal. Have Magdalene look at it too.
Actually, I can do that. I was actually.
You can't hear me saying it!
No, but I was actually just thinking about. I don't have detect magic memorized. Oh, I
you guys
do.
need help
Yeah.
with anything?
No, I don't.
No, we're good. Be quiet.
Stephanie, I love you.
Where'd you go?
I love her so much. She's mad.
Bailed out the carriage.
Ian, can you give me a history check, please?
Yes. Sure.
And I want to give you advantage because you're a bard.
Well, I guess roll the 21, so I'll just roll another one. 21
Okay. You are going
with a natural 20. So.
You are going to one of the most famous cities in the realm of Alanis. Most
Yes.
of the stories of heroes resonate from the city of Greyheim. Now, we are meta-talking levels here, but if you think your merry little band is the most competent group of individuals, you're about to see shit happen.
Oh, no.
I will also let you aware of, you need to know there's a circle tower in Breckenvale. There is definitely one in Greyheim.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I kind of figured there'd be a tower in Greyheim.
I will also let you know, I'm going to add this because you have the Cadell girls as well. You also know that most of just about every noble, I'm going to say everyone, but most of the nobles that are in the city of Greyheim, they earn their status by actually serving as cavaliers or Greyheim riders themselves. They are deeded land by accomplishments. So these are renowned warriors of the realm.
All right.
These people are also some of the most educated because it was passed down from legendary ancient heroes that they should be ready for all things that this land comes. You're pretty much going to a place that will probably help you maybe about this circle that you're dealing
Right.
with. But if you think you're going to fool them, you're pretty much sure the Society of Oaths, one of the major headquarters is probably there.
Right. Okay. Everyone got really quiet. Balin's trying to open that letter.
Yeah, Ash is just kind of sitting there watching what she's doing. If
Okay.
is that what you're doing?
Do I have the ability to inspect it first to see if there is magic, or do I need someone to do that?
You wouldn't be able to. Well, you might. Give me an Arcana check.
11.
It doesn't appear to have a magical seal on it.
Actually, as she's investigating, I hold my hand out to look at it too.
Okay. Here's one of the things that's going to be funny about this. You don't think there's anything magical on it, but the irony is you think that no one will think that there's no way to figure out if it got tampered. There are spells to figure out if something should have happened to that letter, if someone is that concerned.
But I outright said, in her head, to Balin to make sure there's not a magical seal, so...
Right, I'm just saying that's what you're first going. But I'm just letting Ash know because he is part of a religious thing, and I'm letting Ian know because he is a bard and does deal with magic. There are other means of figuring out someone fucked with something.
How much privacy
right.
do we actually have in this? Huh?
The thing is, the curtains are down. No one knows what's going on in here. No one seems to care what's going on in there. The only time that anything came out was when Thomas stuck his head out there.
Well, we have a few days Don't do anything with it right now. Let me consult my spells in the meantime. We don't need to do it right this second.
Did you say that out loud or in someone's head?
Actually, I would. Okay, so good point. I would say, I'd make a hand gesture like, wait. Give me a night to pray. That's what I would say. Nothing more while she's looking at it.
Well, while we give you your 24 hours of prep, and I would look over to Ian and be like, can you see anything?
It's a letter.
You know, of all the work I did to hopefully get you laid one day, help me.
What are you looking for? What do you want? I haven't heard anything because it's all been in everyone's head.
I'm talking to you.
Yeah, I know. What do you need?
Oh my god.
In his head, Carowin is going to say, can you detect magic traps, magic shit, anything magic on the fucking thing?
You hear back, oh, is that all? Let me look.
Magdalene is too good for you. And I sit back.
You
Nope,
guys
can't
are
do
traveling.
anything.
Still moving.
No, I
Well-
can't do any of that.
Actually, I would ritual cast augury at very least.
Hmm.
You
I'd
can't
start
do
praying.
that. I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's ritual, so it takes me 20 minutes to cast the spell.
Mm-hmm.
Now tell me if it's good or bad as to whether we're going to open this letter. Wheel, woe, nothing.
I'm like, I can cast Identify and it'll tell me if it's magical or magically imbued.
Oh,
not
I thought you couldn't do anything.
It's not magical, and you feel whoa if you open it.
And what?
So when I finish the prayers, I look at her and says, and you could tell I was casting. Cross says this course of action is poor.
I can't hear. The sound is distorted.
He said that Cross says that the outcome would be poor if we opened it. His magic 8-ball said
Yeah.
no.
Ask again later.
Yes.
No, it didn't say ask again later. It said this would be a bad idea. Bad things will
Well.
happen if you go down this road.
Well, let's get a second opinion.
From who?
Balin,
We have a whole other carriage of people.
Balin, I do trust his opinion on this. Let's hold
And
off
I
for
trust
now.
the other carriage of people that we have.
But how are we going to get to them?
And
We're not
You
there
can talk
yet.
to them. This is a week and a half journey, so there will be camp times that you get to talk to them if you want to.
We can rotate carriages.
Am I
want
bound
things
the
so
entire
quickly. It
time?
doesn't work that way
No.
here.
You got
Good.
freed about a day after.
Y'all think I'm so impulsive and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing and what was that. I'm the only ones remembering we have other people in the back that we could use as reserves.
You know what? As a distraction to try to, so that Balin can talk to her other folk, I am going to, at some point at one of the camps, pace back and forth in front of the fire and mumble to myself while looking at a piece of paper. I'm going to get my letter back from Balin. I will have asked for that back, and I will have opened it, and like I'm reading, I'll read from it, and I'm also going to mumble to myself, and I'm hoping to catch the attention of the sergeant, whoever
Well,
it is that's in charge.
when we camp, I can actually give us privacy because I can cast Lehman's Tiny Hunt and no one can see through it at all. So
That's fine, but in this
we can
case, I do want his attention.
Okay, you can get his attention.
Ben, at some point, I'd cast Detect Magic on it. Is there any magic?
Nope.
Is it just the 2 guards with us now?
No,
we
it's
have
the same
6.
troop.
Okay. So
Um,
at any point are the... Oh, sorry, Jen, go ahead.
There are 6 guards. There's a complement of Greyheim riders, and 2 knights, and the 6 foxes, or 5 foxes and Mshala.
I'm wondering if the carriages are left unguarded at any point in the night.
My guess is they wouldn't be, but as we are making camp, Mshale will quietly make the rounds to each member of the party, and if they wish to engage in a more deep conversation, Mshale will simply say to each person, "This is not ideal, but we shouldn't resist this. The less resistance we provide, the more freedom we will have to be able to act when we get where we're going. The more you resist, the more they will clamp down and limit our abilities and capabilities to make decisions on our own. This is a test to see whether or not we're going to follow orders. Our orders are legitimate and from a legitimate authority. Stop fighting this. And if something turns wrong later, that will give us the best opportunity to deal with it."
So I'm just going to leave the letter thing at the fact that I cast augury and said it would be a bad idea. I can't stop you from doing anything with it, obviously. So I'm not going to say anything further than that on it.
Okay.
Like I said, I will have gotten my letter to Murray back from Balin, and I will have encouraged her actually at this point to give me back the other letter so I can place it back where it was.
So wait, I have a question, above board kind of thing. Who would even know though that it's if it's not or is in your pouch, except for you?
No one.
So what if we just made it look like you had that letter, but it's not, it's still with me? Like, what's the urgency of you having the letter back before I can get to Magdalene to have her read it? Or have her,
I trust Ash, and I don't know that this is the right course of action.
But at the same time, light and dark thing, what if there's stuff that Magdalene can find because it's more hidden from normal magic kind of stuff?
I trust you both.
Just saying.
I know. I trust you both, and I need to...
He's good cop, I'm very bad cop.
I'm very bad cop.
I know, Balin.
I still heart you, Ash.
The god of protection says don't do it, but Balin's like, do you trust him?
All right, look.
Really, him?
I got a deal that you can't refuse.
Exactly.
I got a load of manure in my truck. With ocean property. I would like the letter back, Balin. It's not that I don't trust you, and you know that. I need to do what's best for the town, which is why I need to try to talk to that elk knight.
So you want to talk to him before you find out what's actually in this letter?
I need him to understand the brevity of what's going on in the town. That's it at this point. I will face whatever is to come in Greyheim, and you can be prepared for whatever you think is going to happen in Greyheim. But I need to make sure that Wellshire is protected. And
if this goes bad, I'm putting you in a pink dress in your coffin. Letting you know, because I was going to try and help. But no, that's fine.
You can, if it goes that bad, look, Balin, if it goes that bad, you can even put bows in my fucking hair, okay?
Oh, there'll be more that's done that you don't know about.
I will be dead. I won't know. But...
Oh, I'm going to raise you from the dead and make you look at it.
I
Balin,
believe
can you please roll me a d20, please?
Okay.
Don't say shit like that. Ash would actually say, don't say stuff like that. Don't joke about that. Not in this world.
15.
Okay, thank you. Continue.
Do you know how many times she threatened to kill me? when we were kids. So you know what? No.
Balin. I'm gonna go talk to the Elk Knight.
Okay.
Don't open it.
All right. You're at the Elk Knight.
I will hand him the letter that I intended for Murray.
If I follow her, will she stop me from going?
Nope.
Okay, then I'll follow along just to be emotional support.
He goes, "What's this?"
I intended to give this to Sir Murray this morning. Since he's not here and I did not have the opportunity, I would like to give this to you to do with as you will.
All right, I'll see it gets to him.
Before we get to Greyheim,
Is it that important?
why don't you read it and decide? Because I believe it is, yes. Well, let me ask, military person to military person. If you were to send this to him, do you think he'd actually read it?
Will you behave if I read the damn letter?
Yes.
All right then.
Everything this morning had to do with protecting Wellshire. And making sure he had all the information. This is all of the information.
All right. It's definitely bloody serious. I see that. I'm Charlie.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry that we're a couple of days away, but I need one of your boxes.
Okay. What is the mission so I can pick the best one for the job?
Return to the town and deliver this letter. Schematics of things going on in the city, the town.
Aye, sir. Britt, will you take this back?
Of course.
Thank you.
Do you want me to return?
I believe that would be up to the discretion of Sir Murray. But certainly ask that question and then follow their orders specifically.
All right. Keep an eye on Tyros, please. Jesus Christ, he's already been out of his pants.
I am honestly doing what I can.
She takes the letter. She will leave in the dark.
That went better than I could have hoped.
So you're down a fox.
Roger that.
Tears blessing that she makes it.
Tears blessing she makes it. Roll me a d20.
Who?
You.
I say cross, as she goes to leave, I say cross protect you on your journey.
Or cross. That's what I meant to say.
Okay, both of you roll a d20 then.
Oh shit, I threw it across the room.
Well, that's bad planning.
Just straight up, nothing on it?
Nothing on it.
9.
18.
Okay, thank you. Alright, is there any other events you guys wish to do? Like I said, some of this can be chatted, can be done. If you just want to chat and do a little background talk amongst each other as a post thing later when we get into Greyheim.
I will be completely complacent from here on out.
Okay.
To the point of trying to make sure that Tomas keeps his bloody mouth shut, that Yajaro has given him what he wants for his silks and his whatevers. If it's even possible, because I'm assuming Yajaro didn't even bring freaking fabric. Right? And I'll try to talk, at some point I will try to talk to Tyros and go, dude, calm the fuck down, what the fuck?
I always have fabric on me. Thank you very much.
Not what you're wearing.
I'm still doing weasel things a little bit for some reason.
I want to go find Balin for a second.
All right.
Hey, you still want to read that letter? Because I could probably seal it back up. You never asked that part.
I didn't get a chance to because my oh-so-headed amazing cousin asked for the letter back.
Okay, well, if you can get the letter, I can seal it back up.
You can go talk to her. I don't want to.
Emmy.
Wow.
All right, I will go find Lady K.
Spoken
Do
from
extras
afar.
go up for awards?
Nice.
Sometimes, if they're SAG.
All right, I'll give you Carolyn one more time.
You guys asked if we could tell what was on the letter if it was bad, but no one asked if we could seal the letter. So, do you want to read it and reseal it?
I will glare at him, and then in his head, he'll hear, "What the fuck? No, bitch!"
Fine, back in your head. Same question.
Deep
I
breath.
assumed when you're away from people, not like in the middle of the group, by the way.
Based upon what Ash said, I don't need to know what is in the letter.
Oh, okay. I don't see your bags around. Did you drop them somewhere? I can go get them.
My bell pouch is right here.
Damn. I didn't know what's in there. Okay.
All right, I'm assuming we're leaving the letter alone. Okay, so the time passes week and a half. You will get to Greyheim. It is going to be about mid-afternoon. Alright, Greyheim is a beautiful city. Very well kept buildings. Strange thing that you will notice for such a large city, there are towers that you'll see coming in, but there are no walls to Greyheim at all. But there we go. All right. Okay. You're pretty much brought from the south gate down here, and then you will make your way up. I believe as you see some of those buildings there, you will notice that there's some of them are churches.
So there's just watchtowers standing there, no walls.
Yep,
Okay.
no walls. You
Art
pretty
knows
much have
that,
known
but
that it's
Ad
pretty
doesn't.
much been the way Greyheim has been since its conception.
Carowin's
knows
been
that.
there before, right?
Yes, as well as
Okay.
Galen. So you're not really. I mean, you were little girls when that was happening. Sorry, I just want to make sure I'm getting some parts.
While you're working on that, out of curiosity, so Carowin that morning that we left was in full armor and arms. Was there a trunk packed, or is she wearing this, or did we all have like the same clothes we left in?
A lot of the same clothes you left in. Nothing was packed for you.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. So this one right here is the Temple of Ares.
We're a little ripe.
Yeah, you are.
Good thing we brought a tailor.
Well, Thomas was the only one thinking, to be honest.
I don't bathe people
Unless they ask nicely.
unless they ask my
That
tag.
first house right there is the Temple of Cross. Then the Temple of Crom is the middle. And these ones are and the Temple of Thor right above that. So those three right there. You'll go right up this street. And that big building from there is the Temple of Tyr. Yep, right there with the red. Someone's following the red dot. Tyros is doing great. All right, you will then move forward to this house building here, where there are a number of guards in green and holding large pikes. They'll escort you in, unload some of the stuff in there. Pretty much tons of servants will come. They will grab you guys and lead you into several other little rooms in this great estate. And they were preparing to help you guys undress, bathe, and put on much finery clothing of nobility. The only one they don't do this to is Imshali.
I would tell them I have to wear my armor.
Then we will clean it here
I
and get you fresh.
Appreciate that.
White robes too underneath.
Appreciate it.
Okay. After you guys are all cleaned up and taken care of well, Imshali, you will not be a part of this meeting. You're outside with the rest of the guys and the troop. And you kind of get to hang around with a lot of them. They seem to be much more at casual ease now. You will hear whispers that the sergeant's men are so happy they gotten rid of this fucking group. And they never want to do it again.
I am specifically listening for undertones of conversation. My ears to the ground. I'm listening for the winds of Casimir being played, that kind of thing, to make sure we're not in a big setup, that kind of thing. I really just want to make sure, because as long as there's no reason for me to specifically act, I will not, but I want to be on guard enough to be able to act.
Give me an insight check at disadvantage.
Right to that.
I want to do something similar as we're going into the place, but more of looking at it with a eye for security, looking to see if this is a secure building and if we're safe here and those kind of things. And if this is just a fancy estate house, or if this is a prison, or if this is a secured place.
I'm on a 12.
Okay. This is probably some of the finest stonework you've ever seen. And there seems to be tons of white knights around. Like, you're probably assuming you're outnumbered, at least in this building so far, somewhere around 30 to 1.
But it doesn't feel like we're being put into a prison building.
Oh, no. This is definitely a fine house.
This is a nice house. Okay.
This is finery that you have not seen in Wellshire for sure.
Okay.
Ben, did Britt return?
No.
Okay.
So we're all together though, like in a room or whatever we're at.
You each were brought into separate rooms to be thoroughly changed and cleaned and bathed. But now you're all back together again. The only one that's not with you is Imshali, because he is part of the retinue of guards.
So I would lean over to Larkin and be like, "So, how's it feel to be home?"
A little nervous of what's going on right now.
I mean, there's definitely been some upgrades to this town that I remember.
It looks pretty much the same to me.
Well, I guess I see it a little different.
True. We had
I would
spoons
ask
in our mouth then.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I want to ask one of the guards when we're expected to meet and who we're meeting.
You're not with guards anymore. You're with servants.
Oh yes, whoever the head servant is or whatever.
Oh, you're going to be presented to Lord Haskin.
When?
As soon as we get you all clean, within the hour.
Okay. All right.
Okay. At the time you are then cleaned, you'll be brought forth. There is you're brought to a very large chamber. There are large pillars of horses carved into the pillars. It is beautiful. There are tapestries everywhere. There are flower arrangements and plants. Good sky ceiling, lights to the ceilings going in. Sitting on a throne is a well-aged man in his 50s. Very well built. He stands somewhere around 6'6". Short trimmed brown hair, hazel eyes. A very attractive lady is next to him. They seem to be the Lord and Lady of Greyheim, so you're assuming this is Romuald Haskett, the Lord of Greyheim. There's about a dozen other men that are pretty much kind of in the recessed backs of the pillars of the horse pillars, so they are there at a moment's notice. There is a half-elven female in yellow robes standing next to the Lord. And the Lord goes, greetings, Lady Cadell. And Balin, I am sorry we under the circumstances that it seems things have been moved along. I believe you have a letter for me.
Lady Carowin will curtsy deeply and then step forward with the letter in hand.
The elven person in yellow will move up, receive the letter. She will open it, read it, and then move it towards the Lord and whispers in his ear.
Ben, does the elf in yellow have any other markings, or is she just wearing robes?
Markings of what do you mean?
Arcana, religion.
You definitely get the intent, and she is a mage person, an arcanist of some sort.
How close was she when she read it? Like, could we, like, face to face, we would see her doing it?
No, she was probably like 5 feet away, in between you and the Lord.
Could I do an insight check to see what her face was like while she was reading it?
Yes, you may.
13.
You don't get anything except that she seems to be doing her formal duty in her job. And she doesn't give away any information, but then she says the information apparently to the Lord.
Okay.
I don't want to copy Stephanie, but I actually want to see what his reaction is and get an insight on him when he hears it. I care more about what he thinks.
Insight. Go ahead, roll.
22.
Okay. He definitely looks concerned, and then he of course addresses the Cadell ladies. He says, "The letter is addressing a abyssal circle. Can you please explain this to me a little bit more, Lady Carolyn?"
My lord, I can explain to the extent of my knowledge, which is limited as in I am not as familiar with the arcane. Oh shoot, what was the title I gave him? Hang on one second. I need to check the damn title that I gave Winston. Stewart, thank you. Our Stewart, Winston, had been killed, and when we found his body, it had been displayed in an arcane circle that I am told was marked with abyssal markings. There were certain zodiac symbols that were surrounding him. We found similar symbols in Lord and Lady Cadell's room where they had been incapacitated as well. As we observed the symbols, I am told that they represent different forms of the zodiac. And immediately as we observed that, the first of them filled with blood, and we fought a beast. Several weeks later, another one filled, and we fought another beast. And since then, we have been defending the town of Wellshire from whatever curse these abyssal markings have been brought upon the town of Wellshire.
So this abyssal circle is just summoning beasts to attack your town.
Ben, as she's talking about this, I kind of step up behind her, give her a look like, if you want me to help, I'm here to help.
My Lord Haskett, I am not entirely... Again, I have to defer to the wisdom of my companions as they have more information regarding such things that I don't quite understand. All that as I understand, there has been some sort of curse bestowed upon these markings, and since then we have been fighting. Our local archpriest Ash has been most helpful with deciphering what these things mean.
So what do they mean, priest?
While she's been doing this, I say a quick prayer to cross and actually cast borrowed knowledge to give myself proficiency in persuasion.
Okay.
So I actually can convince this guy. I look at him, I give him a bow, I say, your lordship, it's an honor to meet you. From what we've gathered from multiple different sources, there appears to be some kind of desire to open a portal of a sort. And these beasts are being drawn to the circle in some way, whether to power it or not, I'm unsure. I'm not sure whether your letter talked about the special help we got from elves and their kind, but they were able to discern that it was the devils of the abyss that are causing this. We know it will cause a calamity, to say the least, for Wellshire or any of the beasts to reach it. It's being powered by the dead seneschal. It's hard to say. It is so complex, it's beyond the grasp.
I understand. My thing is, I'm just trying to understand is, this is just a curse to destroy your town, that the steward is doing this out of spite? That is your assumption into this ritual?
The steward is dead, and it's his son who had enacted this plan in some way, shape, or form. I'm not sure of who's behind that or not, but
Winston Powell Jr. enacted this plan?
Winston Powell Jr. appeared to have been a pawn in the plan and took his own life while he was being questioned about it.
Whose pawn? Do you know who he's part of?
I look back at Ian, like, Ian, what names did you get?
I am trying to find my notes right now. Hold on.
Yeah, I wasn't actually in the prison cell. I only got to see the aftermath of it when he poisoned himself. So,
I am not finding them.
I didn't write it down either because I wasn't there when it happened, when y'all were questioning him. Oh, wait, yes I do. Was I there? Was I there when you guys were questioning him? Yes or no?
No, it was just me and Mshale. And Matt.
And Thulsa.
Yeah.
Then I can't say what I wrote down.
Unless, of course, we told you, because I believe we were fairly talkative about what we found out there when we finally did meet, after we finally got out of jail.
True. I'm giving you the week and a half travel time to say you could have spoke of such things.
Very well. My Lord Haskett, I'm sorry. I believe that Winston Jr. was in league with and afraid of the Caspian Crow.
Caspian Crow, Breckenvale?
That is my understanding. That name was brought forth, and then he committed suicide by means of poison.
He goes, Morning. And the woman in yellow leans into him again, and he whispers something to her ear. Does anybody
can I
have
hear
the observant feet who can read lips?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to send you.
Hold on. Let me make sure that's what I have. I'm pretty sure that's what I have.
If you have a 30, it's an almost lock that you do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's feet observant. Yeah.
I just posted up some details that M. Shally would have spoken about during the week's travel.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, I have observant.
All right. Okay, they say something. He goes, all right. Caspian having some involvement is probably predictable in some essence. I'm going to need some more information as things kind to address. Morn, can you handle things from there? She goes, of course, my lord. She steps forward. She goes, Starlock, please come forward. And a person moves forward. Mark, can you please describe your character?
Person who is fairly androgynous in their clothes. There's typical court finery. It's largely blue. Has other tasteful complementary colors in it. They are moderate height, not really short, not really tall. Stick thin, though. Definitely not an athletic person. Pale silvery hair, pale skin. Clearly and obviously a blue circle mage.
Okay. Morn goes,
Yes, Lady Morin, how may I serve?
you follow a lot with some of the arcana things as I have as well. Can you get some more information from this entire troop without bursting our heads, and then give me a report in the morning?
Very well.
Okay. You guys are going to be given to escorted out. You'll be given to a large dining room where food is being prepared for you. And Shali, you and the other foxes are going to be allowed to join your comrades and enjoy more or less a late brunch.
Okay.
And you will see this new individual. Apparently he has a book, and he's going to be asking questions.
They are going to be answering questions.
So, Mark, I give the group to you.
Outstanding. Hearing from the guards, this is a tremendous honor and privilege. So, good
The
evening.
honor is ours.
My order name is Starlock. I am an investigator invested by the Lord, and he produces a sigil which looks very official. And I am here to take down your words and your notes, testimony. I can assure you that I am both sincere and a person of integrity, that I have no bias toward your case in either direction. If there are any amongst you who wish some sort of arcane proof of that, please let me know what it is, and I will be happy to set your minds at ease.
Insight check on him.
Roll.
Okay.
She got there right before I did.
Mark,
16.
Give me a persuasion or deception. You can secretly have that sent to me.
25, Ben.
Yep.
Let's see.
Tyrus, you gotta stick to the squirrels, man.
Yeah, don't look at my roll, you guys.
My lord Starlock.
Yes.
I can honestly say at this time, my biggest concern is time is of the essence. As time has gone on with that arcane circle and the symbols filling and the warnings that we've received on the beasts or creatures that have attacked Wellshire, we have not had that much time between attacks.
Have those attacks happened in a regular pattern?
They have not.
Yeah.
When was the last attack?
Days ago.
A week and a half. It took us that long to get to Greyheim.
Right.
Yep.
So
What is the longest gap between attacks that you've had so far?
Ben,
2 weeks.
so we are due.
And it would take you a week and a half to get back at the pace that you came here. So, indeed, things are a significant issue. He will, having held it, he's going to set the sigil, the object that he showed as essentially a badge, on the table, in the center of the table. He'll also pull out some documentation that he has, and he will lay that flattened out on the table with the text facing toward you, and just leave that there. I have been involved in other crimes, investigations that have required significant, I don't want to use jargon. I believe it's a fairly new term. It's being referred to in academic circles as forensics. And I do sincerely want to help with your case. I can sympathize that coming, forgive the term, from the provinces, that there may be some rough people that aren't accustomed to the Greyheim court. And I wish to act as your buffer so that we can expedite this stuff and get you back home to see to the protection of the common folk.
Sir,
What has been going on?
Sir, if I may ask very few questions, and forgive me, milady, for if I'm speaking out of turn. You keep saying the word case, and you use some other words that I'm not familiar with. When you say case, are we, and by we I mean Lady Carowin and Lady Balin, on trial here, or are you saying case as in this matter?
This matter, I have no idea if there's some sort of formal proceedings lodged against you. Your cooperation in this matter may prevent such a case, or it might authorize further resources to return to Wellshire to help you in this issue. It seems that it's important enough that it wasn't just a summary decision made in court, and that this is your opportunity for me to be able to speak as your advocate.
In that case, with Lady Carowin's leave, I would say if we each tell him exactly what we individually know, then we will leave it to him to put this in chronological order and allow him to ask questions based on what he has in front of him.
Hey Ben, is there paper, parchment, ink in the room?
Yes.
All right. I look at Starlock. I say, "Can I borrow some of that?" I will sketch out what I've seen to start with.
Certainly. All the resources in this room are freely available to use to use as you see fit. Also, there are some other luxuries that I have been able to procure for this. The walls, those white panels, are in fact paper pads. You may use any of the pens to draw on the larger paper, diagrams, anything else that you may need. Sheets of paper for the table, the pads on the wall that everyone can see at the same time or even contribute to.
Mark, you made a comment, bro.
He's a detective.
Yeah, fair. I'd ask Ian if he could assist me in drawing, helping me draw out the runes and circle as we remember it. You probably draw better than I do. In other words, you have a good performance.
Yeah, you're talking to the wrong guy. You want Yajiro
Yajiro.
because he's the one who was always looking at them.
Okay.
I saw them one time. I couldn't even tell you what I saw.
You only saw it the one time? All right.
Yeah, the one time it hurt me.
That's right. All right.
I didn't want to go back.
Then Yajiro, why don't you work with me and we can draw this thing out?
Not a problem.
Jeremy, how high is your performance score?
Should be good enough.
That's a personal question.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey,
That's the
buy me
thing.
dinner first.
Well, I mean, we're going to need a check at some point to see. So I'd pass guidance on you so that you could add the D4 at the end of the check to make sure we got it all right.
Well, that one's not gonna work. That one means I need more sleep.
All right. For his part, unless Lady Carowin wishes to go first or whatever, he'll go when he needs to go. But M. Shali's ready to kind of give his portion of what is known.
I'm gonna crumple up the first one that I started to draw because I know for a fact that it's wrong.
M. Shali,
No,
M.
it's
Shali-
novel, not novel.
yeah, M. Shali will say, what I do know is that after that Lord Thomas was basically taken on an expedition, we determined that expedition was designed to have him harmed. We went out, found him, stopped those who had left him to die, ended that threat. There was words spoken by the goblins that indicated that they were hired, or at least entreated or bargained with, and the life of the boy was their payment for other services. Basically, they were supposed to take him, and it was supposed to be easy. We did end that threat, and the goblins present died, so there was no further questioning that could be done. By the time we returned, the steward had been hiding or what have you. Some of their spies had gone to ground. We ended up getting to a point where we were able to locate the steward. Lady Carowin's parents were felled by some curse. The symbol was already in the basement. Blood started to fill, and the steward was dead in such a way that it looked as though Lady Carowin would be blamed. We ended up fighting the first of a series of beasts at that time. That beast was defeated, and that's when we got as much information, which others will fill you in on, about the symbols and the curse as possible. What followed was other attempts to get more information, track down this conspiracy, ferret out the conspirators, and more beasts. At some point, myself and one of my friends were confronted with the steward's son, who knew more than they were letting on. I managed to make sure I was arrested and incarcerated with the individual. Lord Thulsa was likely, as I understand it, in the know of what I was attempting to do. In the process of my forceful questioning, we got the information that we needed. Basically, the son was more afraid of Lord Caspian Crow Breckenville than he was afraid of us. But he did divulge that my parents, who were missing at this time, were stolen by Crow or Crow's operatives, and they were en route to Ashton City at that time. There was a lantern that seemed to reveal that looked like it showed symbols or weird symbols of this dread order. In the case of the steward's son, it was a strange tattoo-like spider that crawled along its neck to escape the view of the lamp or the glare of the light from the lamp. We saw these same types of markings, different tattoos, but similar markings, similar effect on two of the conspirators. They had already infiltrated and were part of Lord Thulsa's guards. And then the steward's son took his own life in a way that made it look like I may have killed them. It created some challenges, but at that time, another beast was coming. Lady Carolyn.
What was the nature of the boy's suicide that it made it look like you killed him?
I had put a dagger in his body, and he consumed a poison that he had hidden in his teeth.
Okay.
A dagger or arrow. It was a sharp object, and I made sure that he felt pain. That's the manner by which I obtained the information.
And what became of his body?
Unfortunately, it was removed from my sight. I assume they buried that body. But we didn't see the marking. I don't know if the marking left and went to one of the other conspirators, but the two conspirators were actual prison guards. So we were being guarded by the people working with the boy.
Well, potentially good news for you is if we can locate that body, I can probably demonstrate that he was poisoned through a false tooth. And that will help at least settle that issue. But that's something else as a side note while we deal with the fate of the town rather than your own individual problems. I apologize for interrupting. Please continue.
That's most of what I know, other than others in this group know other specific details that can help fill out what's going on. There's an imperative to get back so we can defend, and others in our group have brought in allies who can help. We've already lost a number of foxes and a number of others in an attempt to defeat these beasts. And they are all going for the same thing. They all want to reach the symbol. We are basically, when we know they're coming, trying to meet them as far out from the town as we possibly can and stop them from getting to the symbol.
So the symbol is concealed or contained in the basement of a building?
Yes.
And it fills with blood without any visible source?
Yes.
As far as we know, the source is Lord Winston, or Stuart Winston.
Who is dead.
Who is dead, and we have left his body there for fear of disrupting or causing harm or creating more trouble with this circle.
At one point, I think we realized we could not remove the body. We simply have not tried again.
We shouldn't share any more details than that, I think. I think we should just let my depiction of the glyphs kind of explain the rest.
Are you done drawing, Yajara?
It's not a
sure.
good rendering, and I don't know why you're not getting this right.
His
So,
second drawing, he feels you feel like you got it perfect.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
the second drawing he got right. Okay.
So my second drawing, I I definitely got perfect, and I'm gonna explain what each symbol is. So the first symbol is it's a person with a X over the person, very strange. The second symbol looks like a cockroach. We haven't really determined what that one means either yet. The third symbol looks like a horse, and who knows what that could really mean. The fourth symbol looks like a lute, right? And I mean, bards are dangerous. Who knows? The fifth symbol looks like a bird, right? And I don't know if it's a crow or a raven or an eagle. I don't know. You'll have to tell me. The sixth symbol is definitely a plant. I don't know what kind of plant. It could be a tree. It could be a spruce, an ash. I don't know. The seventh symbol is definitely a woman because it's always a woman, right? Come on now. The eighth symbol is a cloud. Haven't sorted it out yet. I don't see any lightning coming from the cloud, or at least I didn't paint any, so who knows? The ninth symbol is definitely a well, and you know, I've heard those stories of like wishing wells and stuff, so maybe that's what it got something to do with. The 10th symbol is a dagger, right? Because daggers are dangerous. The 11th symbol is a boat. I don't know what kind of boat. Could be a dinghy. Could be like a warship. Who knows? And the 12th symbol is an eye. That's creepy, right?
Well, that depends.
Ben, is he describing them as I remember them, or is he off?
Give me a history check, I guess, to help you.
I was
I've
going
got
to
a-
ask the same because that doesn't sound 100% to what I wrote
Yeah,
down.
'cause I've got a list.
Yeah, I wanted to do the same because I was like, I saw him once and I was like, I don't remember any of that.
Dirty 20.
Well, obviously, there's definitely a number that don't seem to match up to what you thought.
There's that doesn't sound like the list that you had, that I had in my head either.
I am accurate. I remember precisely. And even the great lady, the Raven Queen, helped me remember.
Oh, okay. And you
So
want
there's other royalty in Wellshire that's not in league with the Lords of Greyheim?
you explain the Raven Queen to him. I'd like to hear this.
Oh, the Raven Queen is my patron, of course. She is to me as Tyr is to Ash.
Except I don't follow here.
I just said that. Cross.
That doesn't mean that it's not a true statement. Please continue. You have royal patronage.
Oh yes, she is. Well, I mean, she goes by Raven Queen, but you know, she has other names. I just don't know them. She never told me them.
Right. Patron. I understand better now. Thank you.
I look at Mark. I look at your character. And go exactly. The list I have, as we had determined them. I'll read it out as I remember it.
No, you won't.
What do you mean I won't?
Can I command? Can I cast command on Ash?
It's only going to be brief.
I mean, that might be enough for him to understand how serious I am about
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say.
Or you, the voice in your head says, you may wish to ask for a recess from the investigator.
That would definitely be kinder and less aggro. Sir Starlock, may we have a recess to make sure that we get all the details correct for you?
So, I am inclined to work with you in good faith and provide you with the things that you ask for. Understanding also that I've been given to understand that you're under tremendous time pressure and that you would like this to go as quickly as possible. So, all the delays will certainly be only your own, and you may take your time to get your story straight or drag your feet as long as you want, because my hearth and home is secure in the face of this threat, and I'm working to help you with yours. However much time you would like, you may have.
I appreciate your understanding, Sir Starlock. Alright. Can we either step outside the room, or does Sir Starlock leave the room?
I will gather up my belongings, and by all means, take notes, prepare things, put diagrams up on the wall, whatever you like, and I will return when you knock on the door and let the guard know that you would wish me to return.
Very much appreciated. I'll bow low.
As soon as that door shuts, I turn at you and go, in what world does the Raven Queen tell me not to how to defend my people?
Wait.
Alright.
Jaro, what's your game?
So,
Hold on. Wait, hold on. Do we know that they're not listening to us right now? Because you're all heated up.
We don't know
I mean,
that.
you're the best eyes and ears we've got here. You tell me.
See, that was me trying to passively aggressively tell you to shut up.
Alright.
Can I check for anything in the room that is conspicuous to them listening to us?
Sure.
I don't care that Balin's looking. I'm looking for an answer. Like, why are you telling me to not tell the truth?
Well, just say it quietly. Jesus.
So,
Who's Jesus?
typically, Ash, I
Long story.
am quite the truthful person. However, as I was painting the picture, quite literally,
I was there.
the Raven Queen spoke to me and told me that. Now, mind you, she's told me before not to make enemies with Greyheim. They will be an asset to us. So
Okay.
I started painting the picture as I would accurately paint the picture. But she let me know that, unfortunately, Sir Starlock could bring ruin to Greyheim if we were to tell him the entire truth, because he has a hunger for what this darkness means. She can sense that in him. So if I were to tell him the actual symbols and the actual truth, while being truthful is something that we are attempting to do in order to gain help, we don't have to be completely truthful in order to gain the aid we need, because they have no idea what's going on.
Is the Raven Queen concerned with the potential corruption of an arcane caster going down the path of the Dark Lady with power? Is that what the Raven Queen is concerned with?
No, not the Dark Lady. The Dark Lady isn't even dark. I've been trying to say that the whole time.
Okay, you're not like making me believe you anymore there. So
So
That's not a path you want to go down, because we know there's a reason for the circle of roses in Alanis, and that's to keep an eye on arcane casters. Is that what the Raven Queen is concerned with?
So she stated, now I don't know enough about arcane magic itself, but she stated that he has a hunger for dread magic. What does that mean to you?
That can be interpreted in many ways. I don't know what your Raven Queen is concerned about.
Okay. And follow that with, if I were to reveal the entirety of the truth, that it would bring about the fall of Greyheim.
One circle mage knowing about the demonic devil magics in a small town isn't going to bring about the end of Greyheim, especially when that one is being asked to gather the information and tell the Lord who we need to get help from to stop it from happening. If we don't tell the truth to the Lords of Greyheim, then we're not going to get any help from the Lords of Greyheim. Not any that's worthwhile.
Magdalene goes, what I think Yajiro is meaning is, we could tell him if he doesn't actually tell the Lord the full details of what we know. Can we get him to sort of obscure what we need, but not enough to put Greyheim in danger?
I don't know. This mage is obviously sworn to the city of Greyheim.
And maybe I misinterpreted, Ben. So is it not Starlock that I think is the threat? Is it his lord that I think is the threat? Or that the lady thinks he's the threat is the threat?
I want you to kind of try to figure out. The Raven Queen is purposely making you work at guessing. Unless
definitely trying to interpret.
And I also want to, and I guess me too, to DM to player. You are gifted as a patron. There's pros and cons to that. One of the things is you're one of the people who you're directly connected to. So if you feel like you have a question, you just need to type it to me. Okay? I want you to be able to use that resource because she's in your head, and I fuck with you on purpose because you chose to have her fucking in your head.
Yeah, and Art's playing a traditional priest who doesn't have someone speak in his head.
Yeah, God you have to pray for, and those are the times I make you do roll d20s and all sorts of shit like that. So maybe out of the thousands of people that worship them, they might listen to you particularly, but you're a chosen one. She wants you to know things. She wants your course of action to be done. That's the path of a warlock.
Hey Ben, I got a 19 on my investigation. Checking the room.
Yeah, you think they gave you privacy for sure.
Okay.
Carry on. I'm gonna let you guys. Carolyn, what do you think?
I am more inclined than disinclined to give him information. The faster we can convince somebody of the dangers in Wellshire, hopefully the faster we can get home. I do not trust. I mean, I trust that Sir Murray is an accomplished leader, an accomplished tactician. I also trust that he does not know what he's up against.
I agree there. You've spoken to your patron. While you guys continue to share things with Starlock, I'm going to ask my god what I should do. So if you'll give me a few minutes, I'll be over in the corner and you can bring Starlock back in and start sharing with whatever you see fit.
Nobody puts
I'm not a
baby in
fan
the
of
fire.
obfuscating the truth, though.
You're what?
I'm not a fan of obfuscating the truth.
Yeah, but Balin is. So I've already got someone on my side.
And Ash goes over in the corner and starts praying, casting. Again, I'm going to have to ritual cast augury.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and knock on the door to invite Starlock back in.
Before she does that, I'm gonna catch her wrist. So, and whisper. Does it make sense why we don't have to tell the entire truth?
Yes.
There is a threat, and that is what we're telling them. They don't have to know what that exact threat is to aid us.
My concern is I agree with you to a point, Yajaro, but my concern is a leader who does not know what he's up against is doomed to fail.
Well,
How
that's
can
where
we
fill
ask?
in the gap.
How can we ask for the right kind of help, if it's even offered? But how can we convince that we need help and get the right kind of help if we don't give some kind of truth?
I mean, realistically, we didn't even want their help to begin with. The reason why we're even dealing with them is because our deputy contacted them due to what was something that went wrong in the town. We were okay, more or less, without aid up until now. We also have aid from the Fae, which we can't even speak to them about, right? We can't tell Greyheim all of the ins and outs already. So we are already walking into this knowing that we can't tell the entire truth.
They know. The Fae
No,
was there.
In a point in Nero's favor, like walking up closer to them, also reached out saying that we needed help, but yet their first instinct is to treat us like criminals. Have they helped us at all yet? No. They took us and, poor Ian over there while he was all naked, telling him to get in a truck and to leave. So, I mean, that's not cool. They have yet to have done one actual thing to prove that they want to help us other than ultimately intimidate us and question us and say, we have to believe them. We have to do this. Why?
I think the answer to that is simple. Tulsa sent them a message that said that, I'm guessing, just based on his actions and the way he spoke, he sent a message that said the leadership here can't handle this threat, send somebody to take over. So
and he didn't tell any of us he was going to do that.
Correct. So why we were asked to be here is to prove that you can handle this threat and they should trust you to handle this threat. At this point, their only evidence is that you can't be trusted. So in their minds, they don't have to prove that they're trustworthy. We have to.
Absolutely
they're coming
not.
at it from where
Absolutely not. I very much disagree on that. I don't need to trust somebody else just because they don't trust me. Why should I just blindly trust someone that, let's not forget, threw you in jail? I'm sure you still are happy about that fact. Remember that
I was actually trying to be thrown in jail.
Yeah, but Ian wasn't.
Well, Ian shouldn't have acted the way he acted at that time. I had it covered. I needed him on the outside of the cell. He chose to do something to get on the inside with me. That actually
was your fault, Ian.
And that was it.
We also know Thulsa likes to act a lot more higher than he really should be given. So
I'm not. I don't want to argue that. I simply think that unless we think a particular piece of information will specifically cause more harm than good, it doesn't hurt us to tell them all of it. They seem inclined to help us. This person seems inclined to report truthfully.
They seemed inclined to come tell us and demand us to get in a carriage and come their way and do what they said and do only what they said with no threat of anything. Absolutely not. Eero, do what you want. You've got my vote.
Thank you, Balin.
I just think I honestly think I'm not a noble, but as a person whose job it is to protect Wellshire, if somebody reported to me that a person was threatening Wellshire, and they were a person in a position that is to be trusted unless proven otherwise, I would take them at their word until I had evidence to the contrary.
I'm not that kind of noble.
All right. So,
Guys,
But-
to
okay.
your point, M. Chalet, I am on board with trusting the mage that was assigned to us. Right? He's basically our attorney, if you will. Right? He's our guy. Right? He's assigned to help us specifically. I do not trust the Lord of Greyheim. I mean, exactly as Balin stated, they basically walked in, demanded that we listen to them, and then took the defense of our town, which is us, really, away from our town.
All right, so Ash stands up, walks over to the door, knocks on it, and tells them to ask Starlock to return. Doesn't say a word to any of you guys.
Okay.
In all honesty, we do need their help.
Starlight, you're asked to come back in.
We are dealing with not only the threat of these beasts, but we're dealing with political threats. Shali, how many foxes have we lost since the start of this?
Too many.
How many Fae have we lost that have been brought in, Ash?
None, actually.
It doesn't matter.
How many of our townsfolk have we lost?
Too many. So
We
has Starlock,
cannot handle that threat. Just that one threat. We cannot handle it by ourselves. As a good and faithful leader, and my father is not around to speak. I have to speak for him. I need help.
has Starlock
Sir,
returned?
Sir,
Yep.
Sir Starlock,
Yes.
would you...
So as
seeing as
Starlock comes in, he comes in and then steps aside from the door to wave in some servants who bring in carts with hot beverages, cold beverages, sliced roast, fruit, pastries, essentially food. Not a banquet, but well, I suppose the kind of food that you would get at a conference or at a meeting or whatever to be brought in
Burning
and
the midnight oil.
have food set out. I'm not sure if this is the kind of the quality of coffees and teas that you are accustomed to, but I've asked for quality stuff that is commonly beyond the reach of the local common man here, and that hopefully over meal or hot coffee we can restart this and we can see about getting your people better protected. So let's take a moment. We'll hold off on your stories for a moment while you get food, and then after you're settled, let's continue with getting some details down.
As soon as the servants and such leave, and it's just Sir Starlock with us, that's when I want to approach him.
Okay, I'm going to, just before that happens, I'm going to call session tonight. It's getting late. We will pick up first thing again next month.
Yeah, because we took forever getting to Greyheim.
We did. a lot of chance going there. So I believe, when did you say the Super Bowl was, Art?
11th.
11th.
I think you were looking at the 18th.
So we're looking at the 18th. Yeah, I think we have to go that. So 18th.
It's also the 4th.
The 4th is something I'm
too early
going on. Yeah, it's a little right around the corner. We're gonna do the 18th. So we will.
I might be late for that.
That's fine. Just
so just FYI.
If you're kind of tuned in, you can always text what's on your mind or how you feel and stuff like that, and I will try to push.
Well, I'm working at a convention that weekend, so I'm a vendor for the convention, so I don't know what time I'm getting home.
Okay, it's all good.
So.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. Mark, thank you for your patience. Welcome aboard. You will get a part of it. It's just the paranoia of Alanis, which you know all too well.
Oh, yes. I'm the only trustworthy person on the island.
Indeed. Thank you, everybody.
Exactly.
We will see you again the 18th to pick up this gripping decision of what's going to, if we get Greyheim's help or not, or we lie to the Lord of Greyheim or keep him in the dark. What will it be? We'll find out more on the 18th. I hope in one session.
Dun, dun.
Always tell the truth to Greyheim.
Always tell the truth.
Night all.
Night.
Night.
No.
Nice.
Always
Good night.
lie.